This is a poem that came out of, this is the poem that won the Indiana Review Prize, so I'm doing that, but it came out of a moment where one of my friends lost someone very close to him to a suicide, and she was trying to figure out how to feel about that, and I kept feeling like she wasn't taking the person into account at all, just the event. Like the person wasn't there at all in her calculation. She was thinking of religion, and she was thinking of herself, and she was thinking, and I'm not condemning her at all, because it's a confusing time, and she was thinking of the act, but the person who did it totally got lost, so I sort of inhabited and rewrote that space. So this is called Because the Birds Came, which is, of course, answering that question, right, the why. So it has an epigraph from Alesh de Beliak, because only people die, not their silence. Okay. Because the sandstorm became a curtain to disappear behind in anticipation of hush. Because in leaving the valley for the mountain, the sky got oppressively close. Because the body gave away too much, this was erosion, slow and constant, a face that only resembles itself. Because words became too clumsy to press into air, the collection was collected, was past tense. Because I miraged into memory, into lines, the cracks in your lips. Because stillness does not ensure silence. Because when I told you creosote, you smelled desert rose. Because I meant desert rose. Because I rose this morning and could not stop becoming sky. Okay. So when you were kids, or some of you just recently have been kids, when you were kids, did you ever play that game where you pretend that like everything but some pillows or something are lava? Yeah. Like everything's lava. Yeah, so this poem takes, in this book I take a lot of kids' games and I reimagine them as if they had real life consequences. So this one's called I Declare This Room a Volcano, where I get to fantasize a little bit about what that would be like if it were actually useful, which is really fun. So anyway, I declare this room a volcano. Some games we played weren't about competition. The goal was for everyone to win. Like when we throw pillows around the room and name the floor lava, no one tried to push anyone else in. The idea was adventure. We would risk imaginary immolation to reach the hallway, the outskirts of the world. I miss those games. I miss the magic of anyone having the right to declare anything dangerous at any time. I have longed for it. How many times I've wished to shout out, "Don't go home with him, he's lava." Or "Don't get on that motorcycle, it's quicksand." Or "Don't move there, it's full of sharks." And for a second, to have others reach to me to steady their balance before bounding the opposite direction of hospitals and cemeteries and any variety of prison. Instead, we have reached an age of evidence. Convincing must be done, even as the soles of our feet catch fire, even as we squint to ignore the flames.
And the last one's called Shades. There are different types of shades that are shown around the world, scattered like paint that an artist has created, colorful like the rainbow. Some are as brown as leaves that fall during the fall season, just as yellow as the sun that shines down from the dark blue sky. Dark brown like a melted candy bar that a child has forgotten about outside. White like snow that falls during the winter, looking like a winter wonderland. When these colors mix together, they are so beautiful, like a flower that blooms in early spring, like two birds that are watching their young hatch. All these shades are beautiful, like pretty assorted candy given to a little child. So why judge each other based on our shade?
I wrote a poem called Up, Down, Up. I have a, what's it called, the little thing?
Epigraph.
Yeah, epigraph by Blake Schwarzenbach. Yeah, it says, "Do the stars conspire to pin us down like butterflies?" All right. A blooming flower started warm, leaves wilt at the thought. The sun sang at the mention of his name. The flower that was sought is now in tatters, grows colder than death's tread. The sun that once sang now roars. Vows are made, only these vows are not to cry or scream. A new flower blooms. As night wanes, leaves now say, soon a different kind of vow, one with someone new.
In class with
John. It's called Drive By, and is it called effigy?
Photograph.
Photograph. If you fake it, you can take them like a photograph by Robert Mann. You were supposed to be there. You were the thread that mended me together, and me the needle. Come too close, I might hurt you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I got too close, felt too much, and prayed too little. The air is now thin. I'm grasping for the last breath, but you clung on to me too tight. I can barely utter the last word. I revolved around you. I revolved around your aura, and now I'm seeking for a healer to breathe me back to life. So hold my hand for now, because tomorrow's not promised. This is a phase, I hope. I'm praying this is real. There are 3 words you play on repeat, linger, but don't have purpose till you give them one. I just hope the thousands of people we pass, or meet, that you'll come back to me. I'm the scar that will last forever. I'm not screaming desperation. I'm longing for forever, forever and always.
I don't know what, I forgot the note. Last night before I stitched his clothes, I thought of you again. After the war had come to an end, so I let my memories rain. And to be swept away one last time from every last shed of tears, and finally stitched my heart and began the cycle once again. I let go of the past, ready to start fresh new, to let go of what's better and move on, and finally stitch this close.